Today we are at the G&A Advocate LLP offices, specifically Mr. Eric Gumbo's office, which is nestled in the greener part of Kilimani, because we might be in Kilimani, but tumezungukwa na buildings. So from his office, we can actually see trees, which is such a fascination, and it's so beautiful. So can you imagine, as a senior partner, you're senior partner, right?
Yes.
You get to walk into your office, gaze at the birds, children going to school, and it's beautiful. But before we discuss that and we just go into who he is and the topic for the day, we are hosted or enabled by none other than George Okenyo Omwansa, who is a respected practitioner within Nairobi and beyond. And part of the reason why we've been doing these conversations is he is publishing a book, which is currently, you're able to pre-order it. It's called Modern Law Firm Management, Setting Up, Running and Winding Up. It's available on pre-order at 2,000 Kenya shillings, which is the pre-order price. After 2 weeks from now, the book will be shooting up to a different price. He has not divulged how much, but please grab a copy. For us, especially who run our own farms and are very clueless on how things run, this is a fundamental book to have in your library, just so that you understand how to begin. What are the necessities of running it? What are the necessities when it comes to winding up? Just the other day last week, we had the Mutubwa Memorial. Actually, before that, we had the closing of the files for Senior Council Noriji. Then soon after, on Friday, we had Mutubwa's Memorial. And Mutubwa's Memorial, we had a version of closing of the files, but in the arbitration way. And we also launched the Mutubwa Standard. So some of those things are the things that we would like to learn. How do you run a practice? How do you set it up? How do you wind it up? What are the specific details you want to learn? And you'll get that in this book. So it's up for pre-order. You can reach out directly to him on social media, his number, and there's a pre-order number which starts with 0748, but it's available in most of our platforms. With that, ladies and gentlemen, allow us to go to the conversation. So when this conversation came up, and we were arguing between senior and high who's to do it, I really insisted that I wanted to be the one on this seat. Not because of anything, but he's not a new face. He's a very familiar face. We've seen him in parliament, we've seen him in boardrooms, we've seen him in so many different places. And I remember looking at his bio and just thinking, my goodness, when I grow up, that sentiment for when I grow up. So when I grow up, I want to be you. I'm even whispering. So he's not in our shot for now because I want to do the introduction and I want to give him justice in the introduction. So who is Eric Gumbo? And I am very intentional because there's another name I had seen here and I was very quick to ask, senior, you don't go by that name. So yes, let's stick to Eric Gumbo. So Eric Gumbo is a distinguished legal practitioner, strategist and negotiator, whose work spans commercial law, dispute resolution, and high-stake transactions across Africa. He's the managing partner, but I tend to think senior partner because of his level, at G&A Advocates LLP, a firm he founded in 2006 and has grown into a respected commercial and dispute resolution practice, serving both corporate and sovereign clients. With over 2 decades of experience, he has advised on complex multi-million deals in energy, infrastructure, ICT, and finance, including sovereign geothermal projects in Djibouti. He has also represented Kenya's Electoral Commission in 3 presidential election petitions before the Supreme Court, matters that demanded exceptional advocacy, clarity, and strategic thinking. His expertise is reinforced by specialized training at Yale University, yes, Yale University, the Yale University, in financial markets, Duke University for fintech law and policy, and the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, equipping him with a unique ability to merge legal, financial, and governance insights when structuring and closing deals. Beyond his legal practice, he serves as chairman of Kenya Reinsurance Company and chairs the Eldoret Legal Aid Center. He is widely recognized for his thought leadership, mentorship, and commitment to expanding access to justice and strengthening governance frameworks. He combines real-world experience with a deep understanding of strategy, influence, and execution, making him the right person for this particular conversation. So something I must say, now I have this thing where I always, for seniors I've interacted with or practitioners I've interacted with, I like giving my take on them. So with your kind permission, may I please proceed?
Oh yes, fine.
So my first encounter with him, I think, was many years ago. One of the things that stuck was he's very charismatic and very charming. He's the kind of person who you'll sit with him, and the whole time you're in awe. So you just want to listen to him. You just want to harvest from his wisdom. I remember saying, one day I'll end up there. So I applied for pupillage at GND, a fact that I know you didn't know, from many years ago. So they didn't take me. But one of the things I applaud them for, they were very kind to send a list to their neighbors next door, which was Igeria and Ngugi. And they're like, these were our other really good applicants. We couldn't take them because of the number element. So we are handing over the list. And one of the things that I know he's very good for is mentorship in the profession. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite our speaker for the day, Mr. Eric Gumbo, the famous, the infamous, the man, the legend, the myth. Mr. Gumbo.
Thank you very much, Karen, for that introduction. Though you forgot that amongst the places we have met is in a church setting, to depict the fact that I'm also a deeply religious person. As we all know, unlike in many other, undertakings, law is one such undertaking where you'll not find time or an opportunity to say, give me the brief, I will go and learn. So this gives us a platform to be able to equip ourselves appropriately. But even without reference to, making reference to our colleagues in other jurisdictions, it's always very pleasurable when you sit across the table handling a matter with a colleague and you all have appropriate depth in relation to whatever matter the subject of the transaction that you are dealing with. So in the conversation today, I want to make a few assumptions. That one, when we are making reference to closing of deals, we are making reference to closing of those deals as between advocates, or for that matter, legal practitioners. That is to the exclusion of middlemen, what we have in the in other settings called brokers. I also want to assume that we are looking at closing of deals in the context of transactions. I also want to imagine or assume that we'll be talking about legal deals for that matter. Now, I propose, colleagues, to take a discussion or a conversation approach. I have prepared slides which I've shared with Karen. I'm sure for those who may want to see the longer and perhaps a more focused element of a conversation through those slides, Karen should be able to avail that. I've already shared it. But I think that a conversation of this nature should be one where we sit to speak about our experiences, to share areas where we thought there were challenges, and that perhaps also gives us the flexibility to discuss things which we otherwise would not be very comfortable putting down in terms of what would constitute a written document. So allow me then to say that I will not make strict reference to the slides that are prepared, but I want to have us just have a conversation so that way you are not conscripted or you're not limited to the four corners of that presentation. Now, as an entry point, where do we start?